Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com with Finster. There she is. Oh, there she goes. Yeah. She's hanging out. She sometimes jumps up and runs around and down here when I'm doing these videos in the Overflow room where we have random reviews. I think she's going upstairs. Okay. I spent so much time worrying about these cats. It's really kind of amazing. Other people with pets will, attest. You spend all your time worrying about how they're thinking and what they're feeling, and really the only thing they give a damn about is that you feed them, essentially. But hey, that's life. What do we got? Mozart. Oh gosh, so much Mozart. No, we're in our final rush to the finish with Mozart. We're on number 28, video number 28. Oh my God, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable how much Mozart. And we begin with Così fan tutte, with Schulte conducting. Here's a performance that no one ever talks about. My goodness, with Pilar Lorengar or Lorengar, however you pronounce that, Teresa Berganza, Tom Krause, Ryland Davies, Jane Barbier, Gabrielle Bacquier, and Covent Garden, with the chorus of Covent Garden, with the London Phil, Jeffrey Tate, harpsichordist. That's interesting. Here it is. My word. It was reissued in 1970, or published in 1974, reissued in 2003. So, I have it. To be honest with you, I don't know it at all well. I listened to it a couple times back in the day, and then when this reissue came, and I haven't paid much attention to it since because there are so many marvelous recordings out now of Così fan tutte, and for some reason that's not one of them. So there you go. Where have we got here? Oh, yes, Kubilik. This is like my mediocre Mozart pile. No, Kubilik, Bavarian Radio on Sony. These were digital recordings of symphonies 40, 41, 38, 39, 40, and 41. Again, I didn't much enjoy these. Kubilik did other Mozart that I enjoyed for Deutsche Grammophon. We talked about it actually in these videos. I think part of the problem with these early Sony digitals was that they sounded very pale. The Bavarian radio engineers for Deutsche Grammophon made some beautiful sounding recordings, and they knew how to record that orchestra. And this was a co-production of CBS Records and Bavarian Radio in Munich. So, they must have been involved, but this was recorded in 1980. It was the very, very beginning of digital recording. And I remember there was also, the Bruckner 3 and 4, I think they did, and some other things, and they just lacked the color and tangibility, and I don't know. I get that feeling here. They just sound very, very ordinary to me. Then we've got, Charles Mackerras. Okay, so much for the mediocre pile. The Grand Partita, with members of the Orchestra of St. Luke's on Telarc. Oh, it's gorgeous, fabulously recorded. So there you go. And Marlborough. Oh, this is also absolutely amazing. We have another Grand Partita. Isn't it funny? They don't ever call it the Grand Partita here. No, they don't. It is the Grand Partita because it's Serenade number 10 in B flat, Kochel 361. Members of the Marlborough Festival and the Sonata in B flat major for bassoon and cello. Kochel 292 with Alexander Heller and Yo-Yo Ma. Well, isn't that fun? And it's not a tiny piece here. It's like 13 or 14 minutes. My goodness. So this is wonderful fun, and it's conducted by Marcel Moisy. Oh, yes, the great flute pedagogue. We had to keep this. These, Sony should do a music from Marlborough box with everything in it. Some of the most glorious chamber music and orchestral music recordings you've ever heard, because you get Pablo Casals conducting Beethoven and Mozart. You get all of these chamber music things. Boy, are they cool. Absolutely cool. Symphonies 40 and 41. Mozart with the Symphony of Varsovia, Yehudi Menuhin. These are really good. They're really fine performances. I was very, very surprised. Menuhin could be terrific. He could be really, really ordinary. He limited his conducting to things that he really believed in, but that didn't necessarily mean that it worked. Well, here it did. These were great. I hung on to those. Bernstein, Mozart Piano Concerto 15 in the Linz. We talked about this before, didn't we? I don't know, with Vienna Phil. Oh, it's terrific. It's very, very good. The 15th is charming and delightful, and the Linz is wonderful. And the Hofner and Linz. Oh, this is another one of those Kubilik things. Same rules apply. Along with the Rondo for violin and orchestra. This with the St. Paul Chamber Orchestra and Pinchas Zuckerman. They tossed this on here. Just not Kubilik's best work. I'm sorry. Oh, but speaking of people's best work, Symphonies 35, 40, 41, Cleveland Orchestra, George Sell. I also bought like 10 of these when they came out because I knew, that we'd never see them again. Then, of course, the big Zell box came out, and then they got reissued 400 times differently, but that's okay. I'm not going to beat myself up. It was money well spent. They are immortal performances. Yes, Sell's Mozart really is. And then the Mozart Complete Piano Trios. Oh, these are gorgeous. With Trio Parnassus on M, D, and G. And we get also his Divertimento Kerschel 254 and Movements Kerschel 442 in various keys. Incredible chamber works that no one pays attention to. Magnificent, gorgeous recordings. So that's nice to have. And keep on listening, friends. More Mozart coming up. Take care.